right, in this last example, we are going to look at taxes for a working student. You would like to have extra spending money, so you decide to work part-time at the local gym. The job pays $15 an hour and you work for 20 hours per week. Okay? Now, your employer withholds 10% of your gross income for federal taxes and the 7.65% for FICA taxes, and you live in a state that has 3% state taxes. Many states do. Florida doesn't have a state tax, but several of them do. So what is your weekly gross pay? Okay, that's what you make before the taxes. Then they want to know how much is withheld for federal taxes, how much is withheld for FICA taxes, how much is withheld for state taxes, and then what's your net pay? What did you actually make for working those 20 hours? And lastly, they want you to figure out what percentage of your pay is withheld for taxes, all of them put together. Okay, it says round to the nearest tenth of a percent. So let's look at this. All right, your job pays $15 an hour and you work 20 hours per week. Okay, so 20 hours times $15 means $300. Now let's talk about what's withheld. Okay, federal taxes is at 10%, so that, remember, you move your decimal twice. That's 0.10 times 300, and your federal taxes are $30. Now let's look at your FICA taxes. That's 0.075, right? We move the decimal twice and put a 0 in here. 0.075 times the 300, and those taxes are $22.95. Now we still have to do state taxes. 3% would be 0.03 times 300, and those add up to $9. Okay, or that multiplies to be $9. So we're going to take your 300 and we're going to subtract all of those taxes. Those taxes add up to $61.95. So what you're actually going to make is $238.05 out of that $300. Now let's figure out what percentage you paid in taxes. So if you take the $61.95 and you divide it by the original amount you made, okay, so 61.95 divided by 300, that gives us the decimal 0.2065. If you move that decimal twice to make it a percent, you get 20.65%. But remember the directions said to go to the nearest tenth here? Okay, that's the 10th place. There's a 5 on the right, so you want to round up. So the final answer to this is 20.7% of your income was taxes.